Alright, first side flick in December. Let's Christmify this set. And I got it in 3C colors. Let's put the star on top. I never put this guy away after Halloween. Caught that one. Let's hope this Mr. Claus outfit fits him. I'm just putting his pants on, nothing else. Santa hats for everyone. Decorative pillows. Art the Clown asked for a chainsaw this year. I'm not sure what he's gonna do with it though. Some fake lights for the shelves. Can you see them? Red balls for the other side. I don't know, I saw this while getting groceries and I was like, maybe I can make that work on the couch, right? We got him placed, I think that worked. I think that's as festive as we're gonna get. Let's talk movie news. Finally, we got some movie news to talk about. It's been a dry couple of weeks, but some of the things we'll be discussing here today, guys, is we're going to be talking about Sony and their desperation with this 8-minute reveal of Kraven the Hunter. We got a whole bunch of updates on a couple of slasher movies being released next year, from Scream 7 all the way to Thanksgiving 2. Looking at the popcorn bucket trend, because the year is ending, and it's time for us to decide the best popcorn buckets, but also, will the trend live or die for next year? Oh, we're going to be talking about that along with so much more. So you guys know the drill. Hit that like button and subscribe. Take the moment right now to hit that subscribe button. Pretty please. Don't you just ignore me. Do it. But okay, diving into it, one of the trailers that got revealed this morning was for Disney's Snow White. Now, this trailer was actually online for about a week and a half, just floating around, and now Disney's finally decided to release it. And I know it's obvious, there's been a lot of exaggerated hate. Just scrolling through the comment section of this trailer was a trip. But maybe it's because some of that exaggerated hate. I don't want to go harshly on this thing, but at the same time, looking at it, it's just not doing much for me. Like, some of the positives is I actually kind of liked how colorful and vibrant the world looks. This is being directed by Mark Webb, and I always liked the style he chose in the Amazing Spider-Man movies, particularly Amazing Spider-Man 2. So I actually kind of like the look of the movie. I think Rachel Zegler, I mean, she's got a singing voice down. The cameo of the mirror from Shrek, because that's all I was thinking while that thing was on screen. That's really about it for me. Looking at the dwarves, I thought they were fine, but seeing them in this trailer, they're not really expressing much face-wise. But funny enough, even though I don't think the dwarfs are giving off much of a facial expression, the animals in here, they're emoting more than the animals in The Lion King. So Disney's taking some lessons, but putting them in the wrong movie. Overall, I feel like this is going to be a movie that's just fine, but because of some of the bubbling hate online, it's going to be branded worst movie of 2025. Let me know what you guys thought about the trailer. And well, this week, I was so shocked when I woke up and I saw Sony had released the first 8 minutes of Kraven the Hunter. That is kind of a crazy move, Sony. And what's even crazier is these 8 minutes have been released and put out to the public. It's been 48 hours. Not seeing a lot of screen grabs or moments or things being posted around. I actually don't even know how many people sat down and watched this, because I'll tell you, I didn't watch those 8 minutes. Yeah, that's right, we're talking about it, and I didn't even watch it. My thinking was, I'm gonna have to sit down and watch the movie either way. Do I really want to relive 8 more minutes when I see it in theaters? That could already put me in a bad, boring mood, so might as well just wait for when I see the movie, which is like in a week and a half. The thing I just most want to talk about with this is like, dang, that they really are trying to get people to show up for this movie. It's projecting to open less than Morbius, which just tells you something, and I'm just going to be so looking forward to what happens after Kraven is released. How many more spin-offs will actually be greenlit, or is Sony just done with this? Because I'm not gonna lie, the experiment worked for them kinda. They've made enough money, especially with the Venom franchise, but now audiences have caught on where they're like, not a Spider-Man movie, ain't watching it. If you're someone who did check out the 8 minutes, what did you think about it? Or if you're someone who didn't, crazy how it's just free to watch and you're like, I get it. I get it. Sticking on the comic book train, something else, the start of the DCU has begun. Well, for some people. This week we got our first round of reviews for Creature Commandos, the supposed start for James Gunn's DCU, although I think it's very clear this was just a project that James Gunn was tasked on working on, and in between that time, he got made the head of DC Studios. So of course, he's gonna say it's part of the DCU, although I feel it's just gonna loosely connect. But also not a shocker, people are liking it. They're enjoying it. When it first debuted, it was at 100%, and now it's about 93, 95, with most reviews pointing out what we expected. It's very well written, it's hilarious, it's action-packed, it's got good character arcs, but also people mention, I'm starting to see the James Gunn formula, and well, he's used a couple of times in Guardians, Suicide Squad, and now Creature Commandos. Which is also kind of the reason I'm most excited for his Superman movie, because I have a feeling that's definitely got to deviate from his action-packed group squad superhero movies, right? Superman's got to be very focused on just Kal-El, Clark Kent. But I don't know, I feel like he actually is going to be doing something different. I will tell you, this at least gets me semi-excited for Creature Commandos, because although I know it's going to be good, I'm just more ready for Superman as the start of the DCU. But this is where I throw it off to you guys. You see Creature Commandos is getting outstanding reviews. First start of the DCU. Does that make you want to watch it, or you just gonna wait for Superman? Bringing us here to talk about some horror movies. Starting off with Scream 7, that is finally making some official news and looking like, nah, this movie's not getting canceled. We got here revealed that Celeste O'Connor has joined the cast of Scream 7. Some of you might remember Celeste from Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, as well as Madam Web. Two movies that I'm so shocked released this year because they feel like a lifetime ago. But honestly, to me, this is another casting choice that doesn't really sway me one way or another. I think the thing I'm just looking forward to now is like some plot details, man. I want to know the setting, the time of year, any kind of idea of what kind of commentary they're going to be throwing at. That's what I really want to know, just so I can start getting a little hyped for Scream 7. But I throw it off to you guys. You see the cast is starting to be put together. Is there anybody you wish would join the franchise? Or what details are you hoping to hear about the movie? Talking about another slasher that is going to be releasing next year, Thanksgiving 2. With Thanksgiving having just passed, of course, we're going to get a small update on that movie, and it's got me kind of interested. So in an interview with Eli Roth, the director of the movie, he does confirm that they will start shooting Thanksgiving 2 in March of next year, and then that same year, it'll be ready to be released, I'm assuming around the Thanksgiving time, which you gotta admit, that's a quick turnaround of filming, edited, shot, marketed, released. Kind of cool, but that's what you do with a cheap slasher. And well, speaking of cheap, I don't know how to feel about this next statement. He said here, we're upping the ante, but we're not going to do it with more money. That keeps it tight and lean and mean and forces us to make decisions. There's a lot of setting up that we did in the first one that we don't have to deal with now. It can just be all payoff. And I'm 50-50 on that statement, because one thing you expect from a horror movie sequel is, up that money so you can up the violence, up the body count, and do crazier things. Like, a lot of times a horror movie sequel is much more enjoyable because that first movie got things out of the way, and now they could just deal with doing some cool stuff in the universe. But them not having a bigger budget makes me go, okay. But hopefully what he says here about that's gonna make us smarter, more creative, will actually come true. If anything, that almost guarantees a Thanksgiving 3, because it'll probably be profitable the same way the first movie was. So yeah, I'm hoping Thanksgiving 2 is just as fun as the first. I remember us going in thinking it was just going to be a crappy movie, but it was actually pretty well made. So let's see if they can turn this into a franchise. What are you hoping to see in Thanksgiving Dose? And well, another slasher movie that is going to be getting released in 2025 is the reboot for I Know What You Did Last Summer. Sony today released our first behind-the-scene look of the movie, letting us know it's currently being filmed. And guys, this image right here, hyped. I am excited. I don't know if I have high hopes for the movie just yet. Like, I love that Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. are returning. They are confirmed. I mean, this will just be another time of these legacy sequels coming back, because it's going to follow that formula of people from the old movie coming in while introducing some new faces. And, well, this still also has me interested, because I like the little hook fisherman, but you see, some old tech in the background. So we're going to get in some flashbacks. Yeah, I Know What You Did Last Summer franchise is always about a couple of teenagers making a mistake, that mistake being murder, hiding it, and then someone coming back knowing their secret and killing them for it. Oh, it's going to be a lot of fun when that movie comes out and review the original 3 movies. But yeah, I just like how slasher movies, man, they're still getting made, produced, even if they're reboots, remakes. High hopes for this one. You guys excited for I Know What You Did Last Summer? And well, another thing I want to discuss here today is the popcorn bucket game, baby. Since it is December and we are in our final weeks of getting some popcorn buckets, and I thought things would slow down. Last year, they were slowed down at this time, but we still have a lot. They just revealed the Mufasa popcorn bucket that'll be available at both Regal and Cinemark. Pretty cool looking one, I do say so. The Sonic popcorn bucket is also being released, let out there. I was so shocked to see Nosferatu is going to be getting a bucket that's a coffin. Love when unexpected movies get a popcorn bucket. And I think the other one most people are looking forward to for December is this Hammer bucket that is going to be released alongside the animated Lord of the Rings movie. Another insane cool bucket that a lot of people are going to try to get. I know some people were sending me photos about the Y2K Apple Mac popcorn bucket, but I'm pretty sure this was posted as a joke and won't actually be available. And although I do admit that'll be kind of a cool bucket. So the thing I wanted to pose and talk about now is like, these are exciting and they're cool to see. But now when you oversaturate it and it feels like almost every movie has a popcorn bucket, does the trend die a little? Because some of these buckets earlier in the year were getting thousands and thousands of reposts and people going crazy. Now I feel like maybe they've lost their magic a little bit. There was even an interview recently with Tom Cruise where he says he's personally working on the popcorn bucket for the next Mission Impossible movie, and I mean, that got me excited. Some of the celebrity input on the popcorn bucket, can't imagine what that's gonna be. But we gotta admit, these buckets were a trend, and although I'm still gonna keep going as long as you guys are watching and wanting to talk about it, do we think 2025 will be the year it ends and people stop caring? Or do you think it's only gonna continue to get better? I hope we see more things like the Gladiator 2 Coliseum bucket that had AR technology. To me, the fun of collecting these is just how complicated and outrageous they get to the point they're not even a popcorn bucket. To me, that's what's fun about it. So I don't know. I just wanted to throw off the question and see what you guys are thinking. Popcorn buckets continuing to live in 2025, or trend is starting to go downward and die? Anyways, guys, that is all the movie news we currently have going on right now. I want to thanks for taking time my day to watch me talk some movie news. Don't be forgetting to hit that like button, subscribe, hit that subscribe button. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.